Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm Ventry. We're back for some more Against the Storm as I continue my Queen's Hand attempt here. And I believe we were getting ready to do this Gathering Storm here. I need to pick up some machinery and artifacts. And what have we got here? That was a royal, that was a marsh, that was a marsh. I can't see what's around that, so I don't know what type of terrain I'm going to be getting. I think I have range of 1, 2, 3 right now. 1, 2, 3. I think I want to be in one of these two royal woodland spots. 1, 2, 3. Probably this one. That'll get me to either of these question marks. So it looks like we're going royal woodlands. Gathering Storm, the storm lasting longer is generally actually a benefit. So like, yeah, don't be afraid of a storm lasting longer modifier unless you get very unfortunate forest mysteries. In general, the storm lasting longer means that your yearly hostility goes up slower. You get extra time every year, your hostility goes up slower. It should actually be a benefit, not a negative. Unless you get unlucky with modifiers. If you get some bad storm modifiers, well then, yeah, that's just bad luck for you, I guess. So, because this is actually a fairly easy modifier, we're going to turn this one all the way up. Ooh, I've only got one embark point though. Maybe I'm not turning it all the way up with only one embark point. Maybe at the very least I should get rid of the amber for each discovered glade. Let's take a look at these prestige modifiers. See if I want to go any lower than 18. I don't have it memorized which ones are at which level. Okay, the stronger hunger penalty at 17 shouldn't hopefully matter. More food eaten would matter, but a stronger hunger penalty shouldn't. Yeah, higher food consumption is way down at prestige 7. I don't want to turn it down that low. Oh, fewer cornerstone choices. I don't think I've unlocked the cornerstones yet, so I don't think I can do that. Or the fewer blueprints. I'm not sure I've unlocked either of those. So I think 11 is as high as I can go. Alright, let's get to Prestige 11. And with only 1 point, we'll be taking food. And it's Royal Woodlands. These both have the same amount of food. I'm getting extra villagers. I don't know if this includes the 2 extra villagers I'm getting from that event or not. I think it does. Like, I think this would have been 7 foxes and this would have been just 6 people plus 2. So yeah, I think I'll be starting with 11 here and 10 here. And Royal Woodlands. I don't really think I want this many foxes. I don't have a way of making fox houses. I'll go with the beavers and lizards, I think. And that's 2 races that both like pickled goods, so hopefully I can get some pickles going. Alright, let's give this a go. Alright, what have we got? Drizzle water during the drizzle. Yeehaw. That's unlikely to have any impact on me. Muddy ground doesn't matter too much. Flooded roads don't matter if you remember to do your trade immediately after the storm starts. You've got like 3 or 5 seconds to make your trades before that actually kicks in. Unfortunately, I tend to forget it. And by tend to forget, I mean I forget 90 to 95% of the time. Vanishing Water, again, I don't get Rainpunk engines going very often, so I don't think that'll affect me much. Eerie Song is a problem, but it's at Hostility 5, so hopefully we won't reach it. So all in all, this doesn't look too bad. Fertile Soil, if I get a soil building, a few mushrooms, a little fiber. Supplier is an easy pick here. It's definitely the best of these buildings. It's like leather can be hard to come by in the Royal Woodlands, so I might not be able to produce water skins. Fabric would be alright, but it's nowhere near as good as planks and flour. Oil is okay, but yeah, planks and flour is just far too good. I'm less of a fan of a kiln than most people are, but in the Royal Woodlands I do quite like it. And while I say I'm less of a fan of it, most people are big fans of the kiln. There's nothing wrong with the kiln. I like it. I'm just not as high on it as some people are. But it also provides a building that provides warmth for the lizards, so it'll help me keep the lizards happy. And it gets me a slightly better brick recipe, as well as doing all the coal. So that's a fairly easy pick as well. This pick is going to wait. It will almost certainly be one of the 2 camps, but this is Royal Woodlands. And yeah, somebody asked why I don't like the Royal Woodlands, why I consider it one of the hardest biomes, probably the hardest biome for me, and this is why. When you try to figure out what food you're gonna get, you look at these 2 camps I just got offered. Foragers and herbalists. Herbalist, berries and mushrooms. Foragers, vegetables and roots. If the trappers was offered, meat and eggs. There are 2 major foods for each camp in the Royal Woodlands. There's no way you're going to know what you're going to find. You're going to open 1 glade before you pick, that's why I'm not taking this pick until I open one, so that I can see if I get any large nodes for one of those 2 camps. But eventually you're probably gonna have to pick this before you open more than 1 glade. The next 2 or 3 glades you open could all have camp supplies, camp resources that you don't have a camp for. Some of the other biomes, there is 1 camp that is clearly better than the others. Not in the Royal Woodlands, it's just a random guess. So yeah, I will not make that pick right now. That will wait until I've at least seen my first glade. What do you got here? I got 9 people to play with. I'll start with 3 woodcutters. One of them will probably get destroyed. Plan on opening this glade first. So let's cut that way. Cut out some space behind the hearth for homes. And I guess the other one should go up here, clear out space for the blight post, etc. Actually, let's go where the road is. Let's just clear out all of that, move you closer down here. Alright, turn the paths down to -1. And 1 second. Alright, and yeah, lizard versus beaver in here. I think it's better to just have the beavers in the woodcutter's camp. If I had multiple hearths up, a beaver might be better as a firekeeper than in a woodcutter's camp, but I think with just one hearth, I think the beaver is better just chopping. Like, there's no real reason to keep a lizard in here. I don't need the +1, but since I don't think the beaver will be doing anything, or will be doing much there, it'll be better to have them in here. Still haven't unlocked haulers, so I can't put anybody in there. I'm not particularly impressed by either of these, so I will take the amber. Now, there was something in the patch notes about timed orders for the Queen's Hand trial. So I don't know if timed orders are now unlocked, or if I still need, or if they just weren't being offered at all before and they're automatically unlocked now. So I don't know if I can get timed orders or not. Because I might be able to get timed orders, I'm not going to look at that yet. That will wait until like the end of year 1 when I generally look at orders. Get another builder out here, now that I've got a bit of wood accumulated. Need 8 planks, 3 bricks. Not start with a lot of food, so I need to be gathering this. Wait and see what my third race is. If it's harpies, I'll put harpies in the herbalist camp. Although I might only get one, in which case I'd probably want him as a firekeeper. How are we doing? The lizards are at 2. Alright, it's humans. I would rather have 3 people than 2. I would rather have 20 food than this. But I think I'm gonna go with the 3 people. I cannot switch a human in here. The lizards will be unhappy. Well, I can briefly. I can put a human in there for the moment. When the lizards get down to 0, I'll switch them back. Switch you out the beaver. That was just to save me a tiny little bit of Queen's Impatience. Maybe I saved 0.02 or something on that. Certainly it wasn't a very impactful decision to swap out the lizard for a human for a very brief moment. Alright, it's probably time to look at my orders. Oh, I forgot the storm is longer. I've got extra orders here. Okay, yeah. Timed orders are now unlocked. So timed orders had not been unlocked at all. They're now unlocked by default. A weaver would be very nice. But completing 3 events in 17 minutes is pushing my luck quite a bit. Yeah, I didn't start with any tools or anything to like open a cache. I don't have enough stone to open caches. I have no training gear. So I would actually have to open 3 dangerous glades, I think, to get this. And that's more than I want to do this early. So I will go with the parts over here on the camp's offer. I can turn this one in right now. That'll get me 6 tools. 5 parts. 20 biscuits. I'm running out of food. Might as well do that. That'll unlock a building for me. Complete 2 dangerous events in 15 minutes. The reward is excellent. Yeah, well, I'm probably going to be taking this timed order here. Does mean I'm going to need to get into a second dangerous glade quickly. Alright, this one's relatively open. I can do these 2 dangerous glades. And I will not look at these 2 orders yet in case I get offered the timed order to not cut trees. Because frankly, I would really like to take the order to not cut trees right now, since I'm going to need 4 scouts doing events. Also not impressed by either of these. Maybe Queen's Gift would allow me to ignore the first season of Blightrot. Not sure on that. But that would just accumulate cysts that I would have to clear out later anyway. Drizzle water stored. Who knows if I'll ever even have any. Even with the drizzle water event, I don't currently have any storage for it. But I mean, maybe. I have 5 extra parts coming in there. I should be able to get these 3 fairly easily, so that's 8 parts. I will spend, yes, I would be spending the 5 on the rain cutter, 3 on the blight post, so I would be sitting where I'm at. So I've got 14 parts. I need to produce both of these temporarily, at least for this order, but in general, you only need one or the other, so that's 5. Assume that I want... Yeah, I probably want 2 of these cans. Yeah, I need my parts. I'm not sure I want to be building a rain collector. I'll wait for a moment before declining this for Amber. Partially because having Amber might be bad if I get an event that says don't have Amber. And if I find a drizzle geyser, I might go for the cooking steam. So let's try and get these 2 glades opened before Sahilda leaves me here. If I remember right, this is not too bad an event. We have small vegetables, fertile soil, and a bunch of clay. Nice to find the clay since I didn't have any. I just hope I don't find nothing but clay all over the place. And a distillery is good for wine, porridge, barrels. Alright, well that's not... If I get some kind of smelting building, I can make barrels out of the clay the copper byproduct here. So I'll plan on rebuilding that at some point. And then this event is... Yeah, okay, I'm going to have a bunch of cysts for every 2... Yeah. Unfortunately, I need to discover that second glade fairly soon. I can get started on this one. And that's nicely going to provide me with a ton of food since I'm starting to starve. That's nice. Minus 50 hostility. Fantastic. And yeah, it's the fiber not really needed, but I won't complain about getting it. But I am going to start spawning cysts. And yeah, 6.5 minutes. I wonder if this rebuild counts as a dangerous glade event. I don't know this, and I probably shouldn't experiment with it on a Queen's Hand run. I shouldn't experiment with it, but I'm going to. 2 fabric. If you got 2 fabric, you do not. I need 2 fabric. Also, I need to move all the woodcutters away because one of the woodcutters, I told it to stop cutting this tree, but some of these woodcutters might already be en route to cut the tree, and I know from past experience that if I don't move these woodcutter camps out of range of that tree, it could still get cut if there were people heading towards it. Moving the woodcutter camps away will stop that. Like, it sure looks like this guy might be heading for that tree, so get the woodcutters away from there so that doesn't get opened accidentally. And let's get this rebuilt quickly and hope that it counts. I will do it as fast as I possibly can so that if it doesn't count, I might still have time to knock out this glade event. And I do have somebody, no I don't, that's the provisioner. I need somebody in here making that 2 fabric. It's gonna have to be a woodcutter. Alright, and Sahilda, she does have a fertile soil building. I would really like to get this. I've got fertile soil in multiple places, but 30 amber, I just don't really have that. Let's 5 parts and 6 tools. I mean, I need the parts. I can't just sell the parts. I don't know that there's any way I'm going to come up with 20 amber. No, it's just not going to happen. Alright, and also I didn't find anything for either of these camps. But I will wait until I open this glade as well to make that pick. It's not a pick that needs to be made right now. None of those buildings are currently important, and I don't have anything else in queue. Take the 5 amber. I probably shouldn't sell parts, but come on, get that delivered. Thank you. Alright, it's delivered. I need 2 more bodies. want this done as quickly as possible by putting 3 people in here. They will each carry 1 different item, and then it'll get done in a minute 14. So get that rebuilt. Meanwhile, this is producing no assists because I've only discovered 1 glade so far. Alright, 30 seconds and we find out if that counts. I won't collect the amber yet in case there's an anti-amber event in there. And rebuilding that did not count towards Zealous Scouts, so now I need to get in here. And once I do get in there, that's going to mean that this will start producing cysts. And at least it should only happen once, hopefully. And this is nothing but fiber and fertile soil, so I still don't have any information on the camps. And I got another withered tree. I mean, I'm going to cut it down, but my blight rot cysts are now going to go through the roof. I don't need to start cutting it down right now. I'll hold off for a moment, try and get the blight rot post up. That's going to require 6 planks. Five bricks. If this had been Farlif, I might have toyed with calling the merchant, because Farlif sometimes sells Purging Fire, but Jorg does not. And we've already gotten to high corruption. Oh, for Pete's sake. Why did it trigger 4 cysts? Oh, it's 2 for every 2 dangerous. It's 2 for every 2 glades. I think that's a bug. Or wait, no, am I bad math? 2 for every 2 glades. Yeah, I've got 2 glades. That should have only spawned 2. Yeah, there is a bug here. I'm gonna have to write this down. This event has not started. So this is not doing anything. This one, for some reason, just triggered twice. Now, I just opened this glade. Now, because the timer was counting down, it could have triggered once. But that glade has not been open for more than 2 minutes. There's no way this event should have triggered twice. This is going to be a tricky one to try and explain in the Discord, but no. Alright, I'm gonna put a cut in the video here. It's gonna be a short introductory video, I guess. And we will go on to part 2. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.